Good morning, fam. Good morning. I'd like to start today's lesson. I've been reading this book now, 48 Powers of Law. I would like to relate to you. There once was a young aide who was a collector for a company. He was the greatest collector in the history of the company. He could collect anything on anyone. And through his efforts, he was able to live a lavish lifestyle. He had a nice home, fancy cars. He lived a very lavish lifestyle. One morning, during the water cooler conversation, it came to the aide's attention that his employee was intending to close down his department. Inadvertently, the young aide assumed that it was something that he had did wrong. So all that day he thought of a way to right this wrong. He thought of a way that he could save his position. So he sat at his desk and he outlined this plan to save his job. First, he invited his boss. He threw a party and told his boss, "You are honorary guest." Then he went out and he had an Oriental chef prepare a 7-course meal. He had his children play classical music while the guests ate and recite poetry, recite Shakespeare. He never allowed his boss to get out of his eyesight. He never allowed his boss to think for 1 minute that he was not the center of attraction. He showed his employee his car collection, his paintings. He showed his employee his wine collections. Then he sat down and he took out a portfolio and he showed all the employees, along with his boss, that he had a plan that could triple the company's income. Oh, the party was a smash. You understand me? The party was a smash. That all the employees at the end of the night was charmed. They was impressed. They all assumed the truth, that the wealth of the company relied on the young employee. Well, the next day when he went to work, he was fired for stealing from the company. The young aide actually never stole anything from the company. The only thing that he did was offended his boss because his boss was an arrogant, self-centered, vain, egotistical person. See, his young boss, the whole while that he was at the party, instead of watching and accepting what the young aide was attempting to do, which would show his dedication to the company, the boss couldn't get past that. He has a car collection. His children are playing violins and reciting poetry. He has a Picasso. The boss could not accept anyone outshining him because the boss was reflecting that every time I throw a party, it started at 8, by 9:30 the party is over. But this party that my aide threw lasted well into the late night. No one wanted to leave. You understand? The young aide outshined his boss. That when the night begun, the young aide was at the top of his world. By night end, he was at the bottom. See, the moral to this story is simple. You cannot allow yourself to show your employer, your wealth. Know your position. You cannot you cannot go out at income tax time on your job and buy a 2014 Mercedes or a 2014 BMW when your boss in return is driving a 1998 or a 2000 Honda Accord. That if everyone at your job is wearing khakis and shirt ties, you cannot walk in there with a $500 Monty suit on because you are exposing yourself. So we always try to overcompensate ourselves. We always under the impression that we are more important to the company than the company is to us. You must know who you are working for. You must know the ego of the individual who employ you. Sometimes people employ you not because of what you can do, because of the necessities. But you never can allow this person to make them think that you feel that you are better or that you are achieving more than them. See, this young A thought that he was saving his job, but in actuality, he was exposing himself to the whims and caprice of a small-minded employee. See, it makes you think, don't it? See, it makes you think every time you sit in the salon after you get paid, you spend $50 on your nails, another $100 on your hair. A new outfit every time you walk in there. You don't know who's watching you. You don't know who's watching you. You have to always make the person that gave you the job feel as if, and it's sad, but it's true. You have to make them feel that they are the master in charge. That your ideas are their ideas. Because anytime they feel that if you think that you are better than them and they employ you, what next? The unemployment line. Sometimes you have to play the position. I know it's sad, but it's true. Sometimes our actions, and we think we're doing a good thing. In actuality, man, we are offending someone. Our mannerism, it could be for all the right reasons. But if you do not know what you're dealing with, you have just exposed yourself. And if you're not in a position once you expose yourself, if you cannot accept what's coming after you expose yourself, then you're at the mercy of the individual whom you expose yourself to. Those with ears,